In the 1990s, the big horror suspense trend for a while was the blank from hell. Next-door neighbors, underage sexpots, temporary secretaries, and roommates. Single white female, for example, was a big one. While that received a direct-to-video sequel a few years ago, it's now essentially been remade as The Roommate, a rather toothless PG-13 suspense film. Minka Kelly is a hot fashion college student who gets a roommate, as college students often do. However, her new roommate gets a bit obsessed and jealous, and then a bit stabby. To be honest, I probably would have given up on this one halfway through, since it really doesn't do anything interesting or compelling. But the words, "and Billy Zane" in the opening credits got me to stick around longer than I thought I would. He plays a creepy beret and scarf-wearing fashion designer professor. There, now you're interested too. But yeah, if that's all I can latch onto, you know this movie just isn't worth it. Nothing much happens along the way, and while the acting is credible, it's all just rather blah. Now, in the late 90s, we got a new trend, thanks to films like The Blair Witch Project and The Last Broadcast. And ever since 1998 or 1999 or so, every third horror movie seems to be some kind of variation on the fake documentary. The Last Exorcism, for good or bad, fits that mold perfectly. A former child preacher has finally come to his senses and has decided to stop swindling people. Not only that, he's also decided to stop performing exorcisms since they're nothing but a sham. So he invites along a film crew to document what will be his last ever fraudulent demon extraction. However, after performing his little parlor tricks, he and the crew start to learn that there's more to this troubled family than just a simple overload of fear and faith. The Last Exorcism works rather well up until the goofy finale that just seems to come out of nowhere and ends just as abruptly. It follows the Blair Witch formula perfectly in that regard. Nothing much happens, and then wham, it gets crazy, and then it's over without explanation. It's well done, though, and the performances are certainly believable without feeling stagey, something Blair Witch was unable to pull off. Some licenses are taken along the way to punch up the scares, including background music and other post-production work that obviously doesn't fit with this found footage concept. But it's watchable enough. It's not as hideous as I thought it was going to be, and that's okay. Exorcism.